Thank you for choosing wisdom of the Dharma. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss a new update. Your support helps us keep sharing powerful, life-changing wisdom with the world. And don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's grow and learn together. Part 1. The Humble Broom, the Hidden Power. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary tools in your home could be quietly shaping your destiny? Not a golden statue, not an expensive Feng Shui ornament, just a broom. Yes, the very broom you use to sweep away dust could also sweep away your luck, your money, even your peace of mind, if it's placed in the wrong spot. For centuries, people across cultures have understood that small objects in the home can carry immense symbolic weight. In Buddhism, we say that great rivers begin with small streams. In the same way, prosperity or misfortune often begins with unnoticed details. A misplaced broom may seem harmless, but like a stone placed in the wrong part of a stream, it can divert the entire flow of energy in your life. When I first began studying Buddhist philosophy and Feng Shui decades ago, I was fascinated by how the most humble items were never overlooked by wise teachers. In monasteries, sweeping the courtyard isn't just housework, it is meditation. The broom becomes a symbol of clearing the mind, removing attachments, and preparing the path for clarity. But that same symbol, when neglected or misplaced, can invite confusion, stagnation, and obstacles. Think about it. How many times have you entered a home and felt instantly heavy, as if the air itself carried an unseen burden? Often it isn't the size of the house or the furniture that creates this feeling, but subtle imbalances, clutter in the corners, neglected items blocking the flow of air and light, and yes, the quiet presence of a broom leaning in the wrong place. Modern life trains us to ignore the ordinary. We chase after the grand, promotions, new cars, big investments. Yet, the Dharma constantly reminds us that the extraordinary lies hidden within the ordinary. When we overlook the placement of simple tools, like where we keep a broom, we overlook the energetic balance that determines our wealth, our relationships, and our well-being. In this video, we will explore the forbidden places to put your broom, the spiritual reasons behind these taboos, and the powerful practices you can use to transform this everyday object into a source of abundance and protection. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn might change how you see not only your broom, but your entire home. Part 2. The Symbolism of the Broom. To most of us, a broom is simply a tool, a stick with bristles to keep the house tidy. Yet in spiritual traditions, this humble object carries layers of meaning. In Feng Shui, the broom represents both cleansing and removal. It doesn't only sweep away dust, it symbolically sweeps away stagnant energy, conflict, or lingering negativity. That's why its placement is so important. Put it in the right place and it protects, misplace it and it may drive blessings away. But to fully understand this symbolism, we need to step beyond Feng Shui and look at the broom through the lens of Buddhist practice. In monasteries across Asia, monks sweep temple courtyards each morning not because the ground is dirty, but because sweeping itself is meditation. Every stroke of the broom is a reminder: clear the dust from the mind, release yesterday's thoughts, and begin the day anew. The act is both physical and spiritual, removing fallen leaves while cultivating mindfulness. One Zen story tells of a young monk who once asked his teacher, "Why do we sweep the temple every day when the wind will only scatter leaves again?" The master replied, "We sweep not to remove what has fallen, but to see our own mind clearly. Dust will return, but clarity must be renewed each morning." In this way, the broom becomes a teacher of impermanence. Life constantly brings new dust, arguments, worries, failures, but we are never finished cleaning, never finished awakening. In Feng Shui, This symbolism overlaps beautifully. The broom can remove what no longer serves us, but if left carelessly, it can scatter good fortune as easily as it sweeps away dirt. This dual nature mirrors the Buddhist truth that tools are neither good nor bad by themselves. It is how we use them that creates karma. In psychology too, the broom carries weight. Studies on clutter reveal that messy environments increase stress and reduce focus. When we sweep, we don't just clean the floor, we reset the nervous system. That's why, after a long day, sweeping can feel strangely calming, even therapeutic. So, when you look at the broom in your home, don't see it as just a household item. See it as a reminder, the dust of life is endless, but with each mindful sweep, you clear space for peace, wealth, and harmony to enter. Part 3, the 5 misplacements of the broom. A small tool, a big mistake. The broom is meant to cleanse, but when placed in the wrong corner it stops being a friend and turns into a quiet enemy. Ancient wisdom never called this superstition, it called it awareness. Energy, just like water, flows where there is space. If the broom interrupts that flow, it can cause real consequences, prosperity slipping away, health slowly declining, and relationships becoming tense without explanation. Let us walk together through the 5 most common, and most harmful, places where people often leave their broom without realizing the invisible damage it may be causing. By the front door, blocking your blessings. The front door is the first and most important gateway of your home. In Feng Shui, it is called the mouth of Qi, the point where life force, opportunities, and good fortune enter. A door should be open, inviting, and clear. Yet many people lean their broom right there, thinking it is convenient after cleaning. What they do not realize is that this habit symbolically tells prosperity, stop here. You are not welcome inside. The broom, by nature, is an object of removal. Its vibration is yin, heavy, and tied to the act of sweeping away. When stationed at the entrance, it acts like a guard, not only against unwanted dust or spirits, but against fortune itself. Imagine preparing for a guest of honor but leaving a muddy mop across the doorway. Would that guest feel invited? Energy works the same way. Buddhist teachings often compare the doorway to the mind. If our gate of awareness is blocked by dust and attachments, wisdom cannot enter. Likewise, when the doorway of the home is obstructed, blessings cannot cross the threshold. Practical Feng Shui reminds us, the entrance sets the tone for the entire house. Keep it clear, bright, and balanced. If you want opportunities to arrive, let the door breathe freely. The lesson is simple, never let your broom stand guard at the very place where abundance wants to enter. In the kitchen, sweeping away prosperity. The kitchen is not just where meals are prepared, it is the symbolic hearth of the household. It represents warmth, nourishment, and abundance. Fire energy, represented by the stove, is expansive and life-giving. That is why many cultures place deep reverence on the kitchen. In Chinese and Buddhist folklore, the kitchen god observes each family's behavior, linking the heart of daily life with cosmic blessings. Placing a broom in this sacred center is like introducing an intruder. The broom's yin energy directly opposes the fire's yang energy. Instead of supporting vitality, it quietly undermines it. Over time, this conflict can manifest as financial strain, dwindling family warmth, or even health issues. Meals may lose their joy, conversations may become colder, and the fire of life feels weaker. Think of the kitchen as a bowl meant to hold prosperity. If a broom rests there, it is like poking holes in that bowl. No matter how much abundance you pour in, delicious meals, laughter, blessings, it will leak away. From a Buddhist perspective, food is an offering, a reminder of gratitude. Every grain of rice is precious, Every meal a chance to cultivate merit. To disrespect the kitchen by mixing it with a tool of removal is to symbolically sweep away that merit. Protect your kitchen. Keep it warm, bright, and free of symbols of loss. Behind the bedroom door, disturbing your rest. The bedroom is more than a room, it is a sanctuary. It is where the body rests and the spirit renews itself. In Buddhism, sleep is sometimes called a little nirvana, a temporary retreat from the noise of the world. For renewal to happen, the energy of this space must be quiet, stable, and free of disturbance. When a broom is left behind the bedroom door, negative energy seeps into this sanctuary. No matter how clean the broom appears, it carries vibrations of dust, conflict, and removal. Positioned near the place where you sleep, it interferes with rest. This can manifest as restless dreams, insomnia, fatigue upon waking, or unexplained irritability. Think of your sleep as a temple ceremony. Would you bring a noisy, disruptive tool into a sacred ritual? Of course not. Yet leaving a broom in the bedroom does exactly that on an energetic level. Psychologists confirm that clutter in sleeping spaces increases stress and reduces the quality of rest. A broom, with its unconscious symbolism of chaos, adds to that burden. The result is not only physical exhaustion but also relational strain, as partners sharing the room may feel tension without knowing why. Your bedroom is where you heal, dream, and connect. Protect it as sacred space. Keep tools of removal outside and allow your rest to be undisturbed. In the living room, chilling the warmth. The living room is the heart of social life. It is where family gathers, friends are welcomed, and joyful memories are made. Energetically, it should radiate brightness, warmth, and openness. In Feng Shui, it is a yang space, a hub of connection and flow. Leaving a broom visible in this area undermines that purpose. The broom's vibration whispers disperse and remove, clashing with the natural energy of gathering. Over time, this can cool the atmosphere. Conversations may shorten, family members may drift to separate corners, and the joy of togetherness quietly fades. Imagine walking into a temple hall for celebration but finding a broom leaning against the altar. The entire mood would change. In the same way, a broom in the living room sends an unspoken message of disorder, even if everything else looks clean. From a Buddhist lens, connection is part of right livelihood. The living room is where generosity of spirit should flourish. To allow a broom there is to invite disconnection into the very space meant for unity. Keep your living room open, light-filled, and free of heavy, yin objects. Let it be a place where hearts meet, not where energy scatters. By the windows or balcony, shutting out the light. Windows and balconies are the lungs of the home. They bring in fresh air, sunlight, and vitality. In Feng Shui, they are gateways of yang energy, carrying new opportunities, clarity, and life force. Placing a broom near these spaces is like placing a barrier on your own breath. Instead of letting in light and air, the broom creates stagnation. The home may begin to feel heavy, damp, or even suffocating. Residents often report feeling tired, uninspired, or mentally foggy when energy cannot circulate freely. In Buddhism, the mind is compared to a window. When dust accumulates, it blocks wisdom and insight. The same truth applies to your house. If your physical windows are blocked by a tool of removal, then brightness cannot enter. Over time, this dullness affects not only the home but also the health of those living inside, especially their clarity of thought and emotional balance. The solution is simple yet profound. Keep these spaces clear. Let your windows and balconies act as open channels between the outside and inside worlds. Do not allow the broom to become a silent wall between you and the sunlight of prosperity. We have now seen the 5 most harmful placements of the broom. By the door, it blocks blessings. In the kitchen, it drains prosperity. In the bedroom, it disturbs rest. In the living room, it chills warmth. And by the windows, it shuts out light. This is not superstition. It is a lesson in mindfulness. Every object in our environment carries meaning. A broom may be small, but its influence can be large. The difference between a house filled with joy and a house filled with tension may lie in the placement of this single tool. As the Buddha often taught, with our thoughts, we make the world. In the same way, with our awareness, we shape the energy of our home. Be mindful of where you place your broom. The smallest habit may be quietly shaping your destiny. Now that we know where not to place it, the question becomes, where should it go? Let us explore the right placements and sacred rituals that transform the broom into a source of protection and prosperity. Part 4. Correct placement and rituals. The right way matters. Now that we've seen the damage caused by placing the broom in the wrong spots, the natural question arises, where should it go? Correct placement is not about superstition, it is about awareness. The broom can be a silent guardian of harmony if treated with respect. Used carelessly, it drains fortune. Used mindfully, it preserves prosperity and peace. Let us explore how to store, maintain, and even honor this humble tool so that it serves as a channel of blessing rather than loss. Keep it hidden, keep it humble. The first rule is simple: the broom should never be displayed like decoration. It belongs in a concealed corner, such as a storage room, a closet, or near the back of the house. Its head should always point downward, not upward, because a raised broom scatters energy rather than grounding it. Equally important, never lean the broom near sacred areas like an altar, Buddhist statues, or the main living room where family gathers. Such places require purity and uplifting energy, while the broom embodies removal and heaviness. Mixing the two weakens both. In Buddhist thought, humility is a virtue. Just as true merit does not boast of itself, the broom should remain hidden, working quietly in the background. By storing it modestly, you echo the lesson that silent service protects the household more than any show of display. Placement by house type. Different homes require different approaches, yet the principle remains: keep the broom behind the scenes. In multi-story houses, the best location is on the ground floor, preferably near a back entrance or under the stairs, as long as it is not directly opposite the kitchen or bathroom. This placement keeps cleaning tools accessible but away from the flow of primary energy. In single-story houses, the rear section of the home is ideal, near the backyard or an emergency exit, discreet and practical. For apartments, the rule is stricter: never keep brooms at the front door, in the kitchen, or on the main balcony. Instead, store them in a utility cabinet, near the laundry area, or on a secondary balcony. This ensures that the core living and resting spaces remain energetically clear. The wisdom here is consistent: when the broom is placed with care, the flow of qi is uninterrupted. The home feels lighter, brighter, and more welcoming. Rituals of gratitude and renewal. Like people, brooms carry energy over time. They absorb the dust and negativity of the house. That is why they must not be kept forever. A broom with broken bristles or a bent handle should be retired. Tradition recommends a simple ritual of gratitude before disposal. Choose an auspicious day, often the end or beginning of the lunar month. Clean the broom briefly with salt and ginger water, then pause to say a few words of thanks. Thank you for keeping our home clean and sweeping away misfortune. I now release you, along with the negativity you carried. Afterward, burn the broom head if possible, or wrap it neatly before discarding. This act is less about the broom itself and more about cultivating gratitude and letting go. In Buddhist practice, to honor and then release is to create space for new blessings. Monthly cleansing for positive energy. Even before replacing it, a broom should be cleansed regularly to prevent the buildup of negative energy. A simple practice: soak the broom head for 30 minutes in water mixed with coarse salt and crushed ginger. Then leave it to dry in morning sunlight. Salt is known for absorbing yin energy, while ginger strengthens yang energy. Together, they restore balance to the tool. Monks use incense and water to purify temple spaces. This household practice carries the same intention, removing what is heavy, inviting what is fresh. Such small rituals remind us that even simple objects require mindfulness. By keeping the broom energetically clean, you keep your home's energy field pure as well. The broom may be humble, but its influence is powerful. Place it correctly, maintain it mindfully, and it will support rather than sabotage your fortune. More than just a cleaning tool, it becomes a quiet ally in protecting harmony. This is the deeper lesson. Awareness in small details shapes the flow of life. Where we put the broom may seem trivial, but it reflects how we handle everything: our thoughts, our habits, our energy. A mindful home is a prosperous home. Now that we know where to keep the broom and how to honor it, let us move deeper into the spiritual practices that amplify its cleansing power, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. Part 5: Spiritual Cleansing Practices. Beyond cleaning. A broom may look like a simple household tool, but in the eyes of ancient wisdom, it is much more. Beyond dust and dirt, it can clear the unseen, energies that weigh on the spirit, emotions that linger in the air, and misfortunes that cling silently to a home. Both folk traditions and Buddhist practice see the broom as a symbol of cleansing not just the floor beneath our feet but the mind within our heart. The broom is energetic cleansing. Every time we sweep, we are doing more than tidying. We are removing what is stale and creating room for what is fresh. In Buddhist monasteries, monks sweep temple courtyards not merely to keep them clean but as a form of meditation. Each stroke of the broom is a reminder: let go of yesterday, clear away the dust of distraction, and return to clarity. Even in folk culture, people sweep intentionally during difficult times, always from the inside out, symbolizing the act of pushing misfortune away and opening the path for renewal. Salt, ginger, and incense. The broom becomes even more powerful when paired with natural purifiers. Salt is long known to absorb yin energy, while ginger enhances yang vitality. One simple practice is to sprinkle a little salt or crushed ginger in the corners before sweeping, or to soak the broom head in salt and ginger water to cleanse it. After sweeping, burn incense to restore balance. While the broom removes, incense invites. Its fragrant smoke rises like a bridge between the human and the sacred, filling the home with higher vibrations. Together they create harmony. Sweeping clears the space, incense replenishes it. Removal and renewal, yin and yang, perfectly balanced. Mindful sweeping. Most of all, sweeping can itself be meditation. Instead of rushing through the task, pay attention to the movement, the rhythm, the sound of bristles against the floor. Imagine each sweep removing not only dust but also worry, anger, and regret. One Zen story tells of a monk asked about enlightenment. He gave no lecture. He simply smiled and continued sweeping. The message was clear: awakening is found in ordinary actions, done with full presence. When seen with mindful eyes, the broom becomes more than wood and bristle. It is a Dharma tool, a symbol of renewal, and a partner in cleansing both home and heart. Every sweep can be an act of letting go, every rising incense stick an invitation for blessings. Cleaning your house, you also clean your mind, preparing the way for peace, wealth, and harmony to enter. Part 6: A Real Story of Transformation. Several years ago, during my research on household energy, I visited a family who had been struggling for quite some time. On the surface, their life looked comfortable, steady jobs, a decent home, children doing well in school. Yet, no matter how hard they worked, they felt as though money slipped away like water through their fingers. Unexpected bills kept arriving, arguments flared between husband and wife, and the general mood in the house was heavy, almost suffocating. As I walked through their home, one detail immediately caught my attention: a broom leaning upright right behind the main entrance door. To them, it was nothing. "It's convenient," the wife explained. "We sweep the entryway every morning, so why not keep it here?" But energetically, it was like placing a wall where blessings were meant to enter. Every time fortune tried to approach, it was symbolically swept away. I gently shared with them the wisdom I had learned over the years. The broom, I explained, is a tool of removal. While it serves well in cleansing, it must never guard the entrance. The front door is the home's mouth of chi, the channel through which life force and prosperity flow in. A broom there is like a hand raised to say, "Stop." They were skeptical but agreed to try. Together we moved the broom to a discreet storage corner near the back, with its head pointing down. That same evening, we lit incense at the entrance and recited a simple affirmation: "May our home be open to peace and abundance." Over the following weeks, subtle shifts occurred. The atmosphere grew lighter. The husband reported that business deals, once stagnant, began to move forward. The wife noticed family meals felt warmer, less tense. Even their children, who had been restless at night, began sleeping more soundly. Of course, one cannot say a single broom caused all their troubles. But in Buddhist practice, small habits reflect the state of mind. By moving the broom, they also moved their awareness. They began treating their home as sacred, each object carrying meaning. And in doing so, they invited harmony back into their lives. Part 7, Lessons and Reflection. When we step back and look at everything we have uncovered, the lesson is striking. Something as ordinary as a broom can hold the power to shape the energy of an entire household. On its own, it is neutral, just wood and bristles. But through the way we place it, treat it, and even think about it, it becomes either a silent guardian or a silent thief of prosperity. Buddhism teaches us that the smallest details matter. A pebble dropped into a stream can change the course of its flow. In the same way, the placement of one humble broom can shift the currents of harmony in your life. This is not about fear, nor about superstition. It is about mindfulness. When you act with awareness, even in the tiniest matters, you align your home with peace and your heart with clarity. From our exploration, 3 truths stand out. First, avoid the forbidden places, for they block blessings and scatter fortune. Second, place the broom with humility, hidden and pointed down, so it works in silence. Third, transform sweeping into a mindful act, cleansing not just dust but also worry, tension, and stagnant energy. The real gift of this teaching is not merely about arranging furniture or tools, it is about training the mind to notice. When you become mindful of where you put your broom, you naturally become mindful of where you put your thoughts, your words, your actions. And that mindfulness is the true key to wealth, peace, and freedom from suffering. So, the next time you pick up a broom, do not rush through the motion. Pause for a moment. Feel the act of clearing, imagine negativity leaving your space, and open the door for fresh opportunities to enter. And now, I would like to invite you to take part in this practice of awareness. Look around your own home today. Where is your broom placed? If you find it in one of the forbidden spots we discussed, move it. Try one of the rituals, light a stick of incense, and see how your atmosphere changes. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment below with the affirmation, I am sweeping away negativity and opening space for abundance. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma, and ring the notification bell. Together, let's continue exploring the wisdom hidden in the simplest details of life, because sometimes, the smallest shifts bring the greatest transformations.